So Minnesota's going to kick it off deep. And that one's going to go through the end zone for a touchback, and that means the Bears offense will come on the field.
So I expect them to try to establish the run early here on the road with a redshirt freshman quarterback behind center.
You saw our graphic. 100th career game at Minnesota for P.J. Fleck. Pressure was picked up, and Lindsey finds his man. Open hole in that secondary, and a nice catch by Drew Bibber, the tight end, for a Minnesota first down.
Is a really good block, and also up at the front seven between the defensive line and linebackers. Really talented groups, but also very exciting young quarterbacks.
Wow, what a pass. And if you haven't watched, and likely you haven't watched, unless you're a Cal fan, Jaron-Keawe Sagapolutele, 18 years old, from Hawaii.
Already in college football as a true freshman, doing a great job finding DeJesus for the first down.
A little quick hitter out to the left side to his tailback, Kendrick Raphael. Our linebacker for the Golden Bears, he has to sit out the first half because of a targeting penalty last week. And Minnesota's defense was ready for the completion to Mark Hamper. They brought pressure, and Sagapolutele read it nicely. His receiver just dropped the ball. They didn't bring pressure this time, and he found his tight end for a first down. That's Jeffrey Johnson. This kid can throw the football. I know it's just his third.
Really good job by the young signal caller.
Going to throw on first down. He whistles that one in there. Caught by Hamper out to midfield. Gain of almost 8. So now third down. Probably 4 down territory for Cal. They need 3 yards. And Sagapolutele is going to try to scramble around, and now he's going to go down. Well, that play just got blown up from the beginning. And I take back what I said about 4 down territory after the sack and the loss. Cal's going to punt. Nate Becker, one of the guys who got there along with the linebacker, Matt Kingsbury.
Well, you're going to see Becker just...
When you pin that deep on first down, Lindsey looking left. Now he looks back short right and dumps it down to Davis, who gets drilled right about the 10. 3, maybe even 4 different running backs could help carry the load tonight. Third down, handoff right side, and nowhere to go. Well, Cal just defended that beautifully. Cam Davis was stuffed. From the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Pressure was initially picked up. Now he'll plant, looking for somewhere to go with the ball across the middle, and it's caught into Minnesota territory. That's Jordan King with the catch. Cal first down.
Boy, you got to give a ton of credit to the offensive line. Minnesota brings
Tua or Dylan Gabriel as opposed to, say, Marcus Mariota. He can move, but not really a runner. That's what he does best. He finds Grizzell in that empty pocket of the defense. Another Cal first down inside the 30.
Well, I really like what Brian Harsin does by this little half rollout move in the pocket. He understands how good that defensive front is.
Going a little up tempo down to the Minnesota 25-yard line. Sagapolutele was looking left. It was defended. He'll go along the sideline. What a catch. Grizzell. And he ends up inside the 5. It'll be first and goal, Cal. That was a great catch.
Cal just trying to fake a little slip screen on the outside. That's why you see the pump fake by JKS, and Grizzell does a great job.
To give yourself a chance to have a really special year. First and goal, Cal. Play fake and a dump off into the right flat and a walk-in touchdown. Jacob DeJesus. And the Golden Bears are on the board first. Sagapolutele with the touchdown pass and a very impressive Cal drive.
I really love what Brian Harsin did on this drive. Keep an eye on DeJesus right here. And this is Coy Parrish, the All-Big Ten safety. He's in man-to-man coverage. He gets his eyes caught in the backfield on the quick play action by JKS. And just that slight hesitation is all DeJesus needs to outstep the safety for the first score of the night. That was an excellent drive by the Cal Bears, and I really love that play calling by Brian Harsin.
I'm glad you mentioned him.
I think there's a chance to have some really special things here offensively.
Well, that's why people are fired up about this new Cal team with so much new personnel. Shorter kickoff, and Parrish, good return man, finds an opening up the middle and crosses the 30-yard line. Gets tackled there. Vanderbilt, that's a good model for Cal, isn't it? They're 3-0 in the SEC. What a win on the road. Sagapolutele. Cal field position. It's at about a 25-yard penalty all told. Sagapolutele on the run. Still looking downfield. He'll throw it, and that one is caught. Man, across his body over the middle. We just saw the highlight of Lagway down at LSU, but when Sagapolutele throws it, he got some zip on that one.
This kid is so fun to watch. He's so impressive.
Going under center, and a handoff with a big hole up the middle. And a huge run outside the 25, almost to the 30 for Ojibwe. That is a very important play for Minnesota. A gain of 27.
Keep an eye on the left side of the screen. Watch how this entire side just washes down this Cal defensive front led by Gears, 86, the tight end. Just a gaping hole.
The whole first quarter, that last play, their first of the second quarter, went for 27. Another handoff. And this time trying to turn the corner left side. Just not a lot of room there. A powerful finish for Ojibwe. Under center on 2nd down and 6. Handoff right side and a broken tackle. Nice run for A.J. Turner.
Best player, team captain, heart and soul of this defense. He's missed right now.
Play fake. McCullough pressuring. Lindsey throws. And he's got his man caught along the far sideline. Nice delivery to Parrish, the two-way player, playing wide receiver there for a gain of 19.
Just an excellent throw by Lindsey. And this is what's really impressed me about him. Watch the touch that he puts on this football. This is something that is so different. And if you can get those chunk plays off of play action, you're in a really good spot.
So the Golden Gophers into Cal territory. And another tough run from Ojibwe inside the 35 down to the 33. He's handled it beautifully in the early season. 2nd down and 4. They throw it backwards. Parrish is going to try to spin away, and he can't. Well, they dialed up a trick play for Parrish, the two-way player.
JKS out of rhythm.
Great all-around athlete from the state of Pennsylvania. Sagapolutele going deep, and it's caught across midfield. He found a way to fit it in for a huge gain into Minnesota territory.
Just an excellent block by the tight end on Smith on the edge. Little half roll. This young man just continues to impress.
51 yards to Jalen Plummer as DeJesus turns it upfield. Johnson in the backfield. Good pass protector as a running back. And he'll try to help pick up some pressure. He did. And the pass is complete. Grizzell, I think he got tackled short. That was a good open field tackle by Nestor. Tight end in motion. Minnesota shows pressure. And the pass is caught, but short. So they complete the pass to DeJesus. However, Minnesota's defense holds.
Lindsey needs to be smart with the football here on 3rd and 10.
You got McCullough on one side, Bush on the other. McCullough was the guy who got closest, and Lindsey delivers it right on target to Brockington. That's a Minnesota 1st down.
This is an unbelievable throw by the redshirt freshman quarterback. I want you to see when he releases this football. You can't quite see the wide receiver in your screen, but just trust me. Last time it was Brockington.
Cam Davis in the backfield. Pressure was picked up, and a pass to Brockington again for another Minnesota 1st down. So into Cal territory. Under center on 1st down. Handoff right side run for Davis, and he plows his way down to the 40. Gain of 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Lindsey throws to the right sideline, and that pass was caught.
This has to be 4-down territory for Minnesota.
Ojibwe gets the carry and gets around that corner. Not by a whole lot. Crosby, who's been all over the place in this first half, dragged him down, but that's a 1st down Minnesota. Under center, play fake. Lindsey with all kinds of time across the middle, and another catch for Brockington. Penalty flags at the end of the play.
I like Tracy at the bottom of your screen for Minnesota, matched up in a man-to-man situation.
Lindsey looking the other direction, though, and the pass is caught. And right near the 1st down mark, it wasn't goal to go. The tight end, Jamison Gears, gets the 1st down. You got a tight end as a fullback. They'll hand it off, and stacked up at the 1. Ojibwe tried to jump over the top and couldn't get there. They've got Ojibwe as the Wildcat quarterback. In fact, they're going to snap it to Davis. They had two running backs back there. And Davis, I think he got stopped again. So a double Wildcat. And Davis couldn't get there. Harrison Taggart. Another I formation under center, 3rd and goal. They're going to hand it off. Davis left side and touchdown. But there is a penalty flag. Now I think it's going to go against Cal. Extra point up and good to tie this game.
Here this block by 44. Bierman right on the edge. It's a walk-in for Cam Davis. Excellent job by that left side of the offensive line, and Bierman. Like I said, that is the identity that Minnesota's going to play with. Big, physical, tough. If you get positive yards, step on the gas and try to go get points.
No timeouts for Cal. A better long-distance field goal kicker for the Bears this year. Sagapolutele steps up and slings it, and what a delivery across midfield just like that to Mark Hamper into Minnesota territory. Almost 30 yards into Minnesota territory.
Cal needs to get to the 37-yard line for field goal range.
Okay, good point. Sagapolutele can't take a sack with no timeouts, and he is going to get sacked. Now that's a freshman mistake. Field goal kicker ready to come out quickly in case you get tackled in the middle of the field. Would be a real hurry. Just a 3-man rush. Sagapolutele throws, and that one is caught.
Spike it.
Now it is a first down. That's exactly what Cal is getting organized to do. There's a Minnesota player down, and you're in field goal range.
So let's go back to the last play. You're going to see a clear out here, and DeJesus is just trying to work a sail route. There's a collision here, and that is why DeJesus gets so wide open on that last play. Keep an eye on those two defenders. Collision right in the field. And that's why you have a layup throw.
This is the second kicker, the longer distance kicker, Abram Murray, from 45 yards out. With 5 seconds to go in the half. That kick is on the way, and that kick is off the side, and it goes through, and good. Off the upright and through.
Really, really great job by this Cal offense, giving Abram Murray just a chance to get 3 points before the half. Tremendous execution by JKS and the rest of the offense.
43 seconds, no timeouts, and they take it down and get 3 points on the board to take a lead into the locker room. Gophers operating without their top 2 running backs. The Ojibwe's done a nice job. He's in there for the first play of the 3rd quarter. There and tripped up the young quarterback for a sack on the first play. So Cam Davis, the tailback, 1st and 10. Gophers had a really impressive drive the last time they had the ball in the first half, and Lindsey zings that one in there. Brockington really come to life. First down, Gophers, right near midfield. Lindsey in the pocket, swings it out left side, a little juggle job, and that kind of blew the whole play up. Ojibwe had a hard time securing it. Maybe that's where they really missed.
Zone coverage by Cal.
Lindsey was pointing directly at Uluave. He's going to throw over the top, and that one is intercepted. Intercepted by Zeke Massis.
When that football is in the air, he plays it as well as any defensive back in the country. Already his 3rd interception on the year. And when we come back, Cal football 10-7.
So 3 games, and he's picked off 4 passes. 1 didn't count. Cal gets the first turnover of the game. And Sagapolutele in the pocket on their first play of the second half, trying to get away, and doesn't, and flip the ball forward. I don't think they're going to call that a pass. That was Anthony Smith, and maybe his first big play of this game.
It's 2nd down.
Wow. What a sack. You just, as a young player, you have to know.
Fly-by one-time thing. It's become a real connection between Don's kids and his Gophers players. Tight end will come in motion. Cam Davis in the backfield with Lindsey. Pressure was picked up, the throw across the middle, and that one is complete. And what a spin move by Brockington, who's so tough to bring down into Cal territory, inside the 45, down to the 42. That's 22 yards through the air.
Excellent pass protection by this offensive line and running back Cam Davis. This is what allows Lindsey to push that football down the field.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Under center, getting the Gophers organized. Handoff, left side run, and Ojibwe shot through what was not a very big hole. Second down and 5. They'll give it to Ojibwe again. Behind that left side again. And another good run, this time inside the 30 down to the 25.
Excellent job by the left side of the offensive line. Really starting to wear down this defensive front.
That last one was a 12-yard run. Handoff to Davis, and again over that left side. More running room. Under center, Lindsey play fakes it. He's going to throw it over the top, and it is caught. Touchdown.
Check out the tight end right here. He's going to act like he's blocking, and after he gets the Cal defenders the bite, he's going to slightly release upfield off the play-action pass. This was an excellent job by Gears, selling run initially, evading the contact, getting around Cal.
Cal has almost not run the ball at all tonight. Look, I know their quarterback is really impressive. I'm not sure Minnesota got its defender off the field. There was no penalty flag thrown, though. The pass completed to Jeffrey Johnson, one of the Cal tight ends, stopped a couple yards short of a first down.
Towards the end of the third quarter.
They've got Brandon High in there. He'll carry it left side, and he gets through. Brandon High all the way to midfield, and he puts a hit on at the end of the play on the safety, Aiden Gooseby. That's a first down. That's the best run all night for Cal.
Really nice job by Williams, the left tackle, and Moko.
So they had to give Minnesota a chance to substitute back. High's going to carry this time and bounce it right side, and he cuts upfield. Well, Cal's gotten a spark in the run game. Man, their longest run before those last two carries the whole game had been
showing off his speed as well.
1st and 10. Play fake. Sagapolutele. Man, did he zing that one in there to Trond Grizzell inside the 25. 1st and 10. Cal throwing it on first down, and that one is complete. A little slip after the catch, but a fall forward for an extra yard.
Great addition to this Cal offense.
So 2nd down and 4. Sagapolutele runs forward and then drills it over to Jacob DeJesus, who takes it ahead. We'll see. Man in motion on 3rd down and 6. Just a 3-man rush, and he puts it right on target. And then the slip. What a move by Mason Minnie. Got away from the tackle and into the end zone. Cal touchdown.
Quarterback JKS, and what an individual effort, just hooking up left side of your screen in the zone defense, but would not be denied. Bounces off 2 tackles and found his way to get to pay dirt. Unbelievable individual effort.
Yeah, I didn't emphasize it probably enough in real time. The thing that makes that so important is it was not a guaranteed first down. It was close, but maybe a little bit short.
It's really impressive. I mean, really, it's through the whole roster. Think of all the receivers they lost, the tight ends, the running back room. And you got to give a lot of credit to Justin Wilcox for refilling those position rooms.
Kickoff, and Parrish back there to return, gets tripped up across the 20. We're here just a few miles from the old Oakland Coliseum, where so many Raiders fans still are. First down run for Minnesota. That's Cam Davis on what might be the final play of the third quarter. Cal 17, Minnesota 14. We start the fourth quarter, and the first play of the quarter is a strike from Lindsey to his top target tonight, Lemeke Brockington, for a Minnesota first down, gain of 17.
Minnesota's ran this play a couple times tonight.
Now in the third quarter, +1 play. 2nd down and long. Lindsey finds his target again. Very close as Brockington hangs on. And less than a yard for Minnesota across midfield. Lindsey is going to hand the ball off, and Davis just pushes forward. And that's enough for a Minnesota first down. Many of them in the last few years to the NFL. That might be their next one. Handoff to Ojibwe. And Ojibwe, the tailback. They give it to him straight ahead, and he'll get the first down. Another impressive run from the redshirt freshman. Uluave finally got him down. Under center for 3rd down and 7. A handoff, and that's going backwards. Luke Farrelly was in the backfield in a flash, and they lose 2 yards. And they'll run the field goal unit out there to try to tie this game, but it's going to be a more difficult field goal than it would have been.
Interesting decision by PJ. You force a punt here and you're sending the football back to your offense and Drake Lindsey.
A little pressure on Kern, the punter, with Parrish, who can be so dangerous. That one's going to bounce in front of him, and he will go to pick it up, and he muffed it, and Cal comes up with the football.
Best returners in the entire country. Second team All Big Ten a season ago as a true freshman. Makes a mistake. He knows it. You can see the reaction on his face. He's telling his teammates to get away from the football. He's trying to save some yardage. Just a play the sophomore cannot make in that situation. Get away from the football.
Second and goal from outside the 5. They will hand it off. Raphael makes a cut and now lowers his shoulder, gets close, but he's stopped at about the 2. Under center for a rare time. Sagapolutele is going to fake it. Rolls out. Wide open touchdown. Jaron-Keawe was uncovered.
Well, I said run, and obviously that's what Minnesota's defense was thinking as well. Keep an eye on King. Nobody from this Minnesota defense even so much as takes on. What they've done tonight together has been very impressive.
So now the Gophers are going to have to play with some urgency. Lindsey will air it out on first down, and what a catch, contested by Javon Tracy with coverage all over him. That's a nice play to start a drive for the Gophers.
And the freshman quarterbacks just keep on impressing. Great job by Javon Tracy.
He goes across the formation now. 4th and 8 for Minnesota. Lindsey in the pocket across the middle. Almost intercepted. It was dropped by Crosby. 5:40 to go. That won't be easy. A handoff straight ahead. And a little stutter step move from Raphael into Minnesota territory. Play clock down to 9. They snap it with some time on that clock. And a straight ahead run for the quarterback for a Cal first down.
New life and belief into this Golden Bear football program.
Pretty amazing. Raphael, big hole up the middle, and he will get a first down. And for Minnesota, they use that timeout.
Another top 25 team on the road last week, but the Hurricanes handled business.
1st and 10. Raphael, big hole left side. And they're now gashing the Gophers in the run game. Now, at the end of that play, it looked like the ball might have come out. It has been finicky tonight. Minnesota ends up using its final timeout. Well, there was sort of a scramble for the ball. Ball started to move around, and
they'll get things cleaned up tonight if they're not able to come back here. And I think they can make some noise in the Big Ten this season.
Raphael gets swallowed up.
And making noise in college football.
You and I have practiced the name a lot. And Raphael, man, he just got destroyed. With 1:15 to go. Chase Meyer kick is up, and that one is good. Cal's kicking game has been excellent this year. That's possible. A little squib kickoff here, and for the Gophers. Lindsey will throw it short. And the tackle, they'll say, out of bounds? Yeah. Even though he played a half.
1 half of football. How about that? Got to give a lot of credit to that Cal defense. We didn't know how that linebacker position was going to play out with Cade off the field. Guys really stepped up around him.